Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes here, also known as Crypto. Bring you guys my semifinals match in the UPC, going up against mpknife and his New Orleans Sand Slash. So this is definitely going to be a hype match for the sheer fact that it's playoffs. So yeah, getting into it. This is my first off, this is my first playoff match I've ever recorded on YouTube, so definitely pretty hyped there. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video, as if we're able to pull out this match, then we can go ahead and find our way into the finals and either face off against Sketch for a rematch or Easy Pickens. So definitely gonna be cool there. And if you look at the teams onto the right side of your screen, you're gonna see my Atlanta Bravebirds, rocking with Mega Kangaskhan, Landers, Therian, Azelf, Rotom Wash, Serena, Alolan Ninetales, Drapion, Alolan Sandslash, Kecleon, Zangoose, Haxorus, Registeel, Talonflame, Haxorus, and then my Z Captain being Landers, Therian. And for the New Orleans Sandslash and Knife's team, he has Mew, Celesteela, Hippowdon, Milotic, Umbreon, Crobat, or Bombay, Moltres, Stoutland, Sandslash, Chestnut, Mimikyu, Magnezone, Sigilyph, and Mew as a Z Captain. And now, Mew as a Z Captain is very interesting because he can have Genesis Supernova if you would want to choose to have that. That's one thing about Mew in this league, is you can see my S tier is Mega Kangaskhan. His S tier is Mew for the sheer fact that mainly it gets that Z move on top of it, which makes it even better. So that being that, I'm going to go ahead and get into the team I brought and tell you guys why. Anyways, I brought my Rotom Wash. This is probably my most pivotal member of the team this week, as this thing can wall off a majority of his special threats. Or obviously. I mean, no, it just has pretty good typing, I guess. It's pretty good offensively, so I could have ran it offensively. But I think that special bulk's going to help me take on some certain sets of Celesteela if he has Giga Drain, Energy Ball. I can't really take an Energy Ball that well, but I can take Giga Drain. I can take on special variants of Mew pretty well. I can take on a Magnezone, which I expect it to be a switch into this if he does bring Magnezone. I can either get a light screen up on that or just Hydro Pump coming in, so that's nice there. Obviously physical things coming in like Chestnut could be a switch into this. Obviously I don't have Will-O-Wisp, so if he figures that out, he could have figured that if he's one of his switch-ins. Other physical things like Hippowdon and stuff, I don't really need too much physical bulk to take those guys on, because I just have a really good stab to scare them out anyways. And Pain Split's there to kind of just try to live as much hits as possible throughout the game. And we're running Modest just for the sheer fact that we can get more special power off that way, so it's nice there. Anyways, getting into our next mon, we have Landers, Therian right here. Rocking the Yachi Berry with Earthquake, Smackdown, Stealth Rocks, and Toxic. Pretty diverse EV spread. I believe we're running enough speed to outspeed a max speed Celesteela. Yeah, max speed and Celesteela. If he's offensive with Atomize, then I'll try to obviously take advantage, or try to creep that. Yeah, Landers, I don't think there was a reason for me to run late. If I could have ran max speed, I guess I would have outsped Moltres, maybe. I think Moltres is base 90, so I could have outsped Moltres if he brought it. So that's obviously a thing. But some of the faster things like Crobat and then Mimikyu I can outspeed anyways if he brings those. So I'm just going to decide to creep the Celesteela. As you can see, we're rocking the Earthquake, Smackdown, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. I'm expecting his main switch into this to be the Celesteela, so that's why I'm packing the Smackdown. If I can get a Smackdown onto it, then it kind of either forces it to switch out or either protect. He can scout out what I'm going to go for. But if I ever get him Smackdown, I'm more likely just going to be clicking Earthquake. And the Yachi Berry is there to take on Hidden Power Ices from a majority of his mons, which I think he could potentially pack the HP Ice on. So if Magnezone comes, I definitely think he'll be packing HP Ice for my Landers. Potentially Mew could have Ice Beam. Even the Celesteela with Hidden Power Ice, so a couple things that are along those lines. And Toxic's nice because if I ever get a Smackdown on the Celesteela, it kind of forces in something like the Hippowdon or the Milotic if he brings you those, so that's nice there. And then Stealth Rocks are just going to be really nice for chipping down his team, and can definitely put in work for sure. And coming into my next mon, we have Purple Wave, the Drapion, which is going to be huge this week again, as we can get the Toxic spikes up, and then Toxic is just very nice for wearing down his really bulky team in general. He has a super bulky team, guys. As you can see, the Mew's bulky in general, Celesteela, Hippowdon, Milotic, Umbreon. Even Crobat can be bulky. And then down the line, he's even got the Chestnuts and Magnezone. So his team's going to be tough to break down unless I get Rocks plus Spike and T-Spikes up. So that's something I want to do this game. And we're rocking the Taunt. This is kind of a Mew, a soft check to Mew as well. Nothing great, obviously, to check it, but we're rocking the Air Balloon, so if we're ever in a situation against Hippowdon, we can guarantee at least one T-Spike up, as his only way of getting rid of hazards is the Mew. Well, he has a good amount. Mew, what am I missing? Mew, Crobat. What else? Maybe the Sigilyph or Moltres? I'm not sure, but those two options will be the main ones. And then the Taunt is to prevent that. I don't think he'll be running max speed Mew if he does bring it. More of a support set, more than likely to support around his other members, I guess. So yeah, Getting into my next mon, this is the win con for this game, and this is my first time bringing him. This is Bloodthirsty the Haxorus, the Life Orb, rocking with Outrage, Dragonance, Earthquake, and Facade, with enough speed to outspeed a, I believe that +1 outspeed Crobat max speed. So that's that. We're running Adamant just so we get as much power as possible. I'm going to try to set up on either the Magnezone or Celesteela if I get the opportunity to, so that's that for that reason. And Outrage just hits extremely hard. If he doesn't bring either of his fairies, which I feel like he might not, Outrage can definitely just put in a ton of work against his team. As +1 Outrage can knock out most Milotic sets with this. This thing's just so strong. And then Earthquake obviously hits the Magnezone where Outrage doesn't, so Earthquake's mainly there just for the Magnezone, and I guess not to lock me into Outrage if I ever not need to. And then Facade's there in case I need to set up on the Milotic and it Scald burns me, so at least I have that there for that reason. And I believe the special bulk allows me to set up in front of a Magnezone just better in general, so that's why I threw that in there. And then coming to our next mon, this is Falcon Punch, our Talonflame. Really enjoying using this mon a lot, even though our hazard support kind of sucks on this team. Being Rapid Spin Serena, Rapid Spin Alolan Sandslash, but hey, can't complain. I got 2 taunt users again this week. Gonna try and keep the rocks off if possible. Although I do think Hippowdon's a good lead for him, and I kind of want to leave with Rotom Wash, so if he gets rocks up, at least I can maybe get rid of that Hippowdon early, so we'll just have to see how that works out. As rocking the Charty Berry. If you guys did not know, there is an item clause in this league, so I cannot rock the same item on any of these Pokemon. You'll notice that everything is different. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I don't think I've ever like accidentally cheated or anything, but that's gonna be the items there. We're rocking the Charty Berry with a pretty defensive set. Pretty bulky defensive set. It allows us to take on Chestnut better, obviously, unless he's rocking like a Rock Slide or Stone Edge, which I don't think he will. But who knows? Allows us to take on that a lot better, and we can roost up on it, which is nice. If we ever come on rocks, we can always like taunt certain things, like the Chestnut if it wants to go for a spike in front of me for some reason. We can, if Hippowdon's ever against Talonflame, I'm pretty sure I'll click taunt, even though he has Stone Edge. Like, we can live with Stone Edge. I'll just click taunt just so we can get the rock, just so he cannot get the rocks up. And then Toxic's there once again to try to wear down his team if Toxic spikes don't get up. And then Flare Blitz is my only move to be able to just hit the majority of his squad, like Magnezone, Chestnut, or Bombay, Celesteela, and such. This is also a good mon to pressure the Celesteela more, because I think he will probably bring the offensive Celesteela if anything. And then coming into my last mon, I have Biggie Smalls, the Mega Kangaskhan, and this has been our wish Pokemon a lot. For as long as I've been here, so we got Seismic Toss, Wish, Protect, and Substitute on this, with a very, very bulky set in general. I don't remember exactly where the EVs go on this mon in particular, but it is a solid check to things like Hippowdon, Umbreon. I can set up subs in front of both those Pokemon. I think Hippowdon's Earthquake has a roll to break my sub or something like that. It might break though, I'm not sure. We can set up in front of a... what other mon? Sandslash if he brings it, Mew, which I expect. So certain mons like that we can get a sub up on, and even Milotic, I believe. So if he wants to like Toxic me, so I'm expecting to just try to Toxic my team down. That's why we're packing the Seismic Toss, Wish, Protect, and sub there. And yeah, I believe we're running enough speed to outspeed a... oh yeah, after Mega, we're running enough to outspeed an offensive Celesteela once again, I believe. Maybe Magnezone. I'm not completely sure on that, but that's going to be it, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the battle, and I'll show you what went down. Alrighty. So, as you guys can see, he did in fact bring the Celesteela, Mew, Sigilyph, Hippowdon, Umbreon, and Chestnut. So, Sigilyph isn't something I counted for as much as I probably should have, as that mon can definitely be a threat if I allow it to set up with stored power. So, keep my Drapion alive is pretty ideal. Pretty ideal for this. Let me make sure the sound... oh, got to turn the music off. That would have been bad. But yeah, anyways. Sigilyph's something I don't want to let set up towards endgame. As well as I don't want the Hippowdon to get rocks up. But Rotom just has such a good lead matchup against his team. Barring the Chestnut as the lead. So that's something I need to watch out for. I'm going to go and turn this on normal. And let's get into it. So, as you can see, I lead with my Rotom as he decides to lead with his Hippowdon. Now, fair lead for me here. I'm just going to throw off a Hydro Pump, see what he wants to do. And that does a ton to him. That pretty much tells me he's pretty much max on the defense side, so we can do a ton there right there. And he's going to get his rocks up, which is unfortunate. Now right here, I pull a double into my Landorus, predicting him to want to go into either the Chestnut or go for a, what was the other play I was thinking? I think I just really predicted him to go Chestnut right there, keep his Hippowdon around, but I guess in reality it wasn't the best play because Hippowdon got his rocks up, it did what it needed to do against my Talonflame and all that, so that sucks there because now he's going to be able to stay in and go for a Toxic, which unfortunately for him he does miss, so I get kind of lucky right there. And at this range I can't knock him out with the Earthquake at this range, so I'm going to go for the rocks right here. as he is just going to slack off all that damage. So that's a little unfortunate I didn't just knock him out while I could have. Now I realize he could Toxic me here, but I'm going to go ahead and go for my Toxic as I miss. So now getting pretty much even right there at that point, as he's going to land his next Toxic on me. And at this point, he's going to go to Celesteela. I predict that, and I go for the Smackdown right here. At least at this point, it kind of forces him out. So, and it is unfortunate though, I'm taking an extra round of Toxic damage, especially while with these rocks up. So Landorus is getting shit down very fast. So I'm predicting to switch out right here. I go for the Toxic again, I believe. And yeah, Chestnut comes in this time. So Landorus is very, very chipped down. I need to keep that in mind for later in this battle. As it doesn't really do the most this game. I got a few Toxic off with rocks. So I believe I pull a switch out here into my Talonflame? Do I go Talonflame on the Chestnut? No, I go Biggie Smalls on the Chestnut because I didn't think he'd go for the fighting move right there or anything. So I think I predicted him to switch out. I don't remember that play exactly, but it seems kind of weird. Weird now that I think about it. I can switch in Kang on a Chestnut, but it's going to work for me right there, as I can set up a substitute in this thing's face, as he is going to decide to. Oh yeah, I go for the sub as he's going to show the Toxic again, once again like before. Now I can wear this Hippowdon down. I am thinking in my head he could be the Rocky Helmet variant or whatever. So I'm just going to set up a Wish first so I can get some health back, obviously, once he breaks my sub. Unfortunately, he does break my sub, as I'm pretty sure that was a roll, unless he's running like a pretty good amount of attack investment. So I'm going to Seismic Toss off, and as you can see, he is not Rocky Helmet, which is good for me. It's definitely good for me. I could have subbed right there, predicting his Toxic again, I guess. But what can you do? I guess that could have been a little bit of a misplay. As I'm kind of getting beat right now by the bulk of his team, which is my fault. It's my fault. He's playing better than I am at this moment. So I'm just gonna switch out right here. I guess he's predicting my sub, so I'm gonna go for the he's gonna go for the Earthquake. I get my Rotom back in, and I'm just gonna click Hydro Pump, as he showed that this thing wanted to go down earlier, I guess. So I'm gonna be able to knock his Hippowdon out of the game with the Hydro Pump there, which I should have done a long time ago. So could have prevented Landorus from getting Toxic. It could have prevented a lot of things. But Chestnut is gonna come back in. I'm gonna go into Talonflame right here, as he is going to go for the Drain Punch. So it's going to bring me down really low, and he probably doesn't have the rock move on this thing I'm thinking at this point. Right here, I go for the Roost, which was a interesting play, I guess, by myself. I guess in reality it was probably my best play, but he actually shows the Belly Drum right here, which he shows the Belly Drum, which is a really cool tech on his part, and that automatically puts me in a very threatening spot, not only because the Belly Drum is up, but as you can see, he does fall into Salac Berry range, so that is terrifying. At this point, he can't outspeed me. I checked to see if I could live Drain Punch from this range, and I can. If he does show the rock move, he'll kill me right here. But I don't know what was going through my head at this time, because for some reason I thought it was the best play to Roost up, when in reality I kill this thing automatically, because if he Drain Punches and then I Roost, he just gets a ton of health back, and I'm going to die to the following Drain Punch. So that was pretty bad play by me. He's going to go for the Drain Punch. I live on 3%. He's going to get all that health back. If I Flare Blitz right here, he dies to Toxic plus Flare Blitz, or just Flare Blitz in general. I'm pretty positive. So that right there was a little bit of a misplay. I will definitely consider that on myself, as Talonflame will go down. So he's going to be at +4. At least that Toxic damage is racking up. So basically my only play is here to go into Kangaskhan, click Protect, and at this point he is going to go for the Drain Punch once again. And now at this point, this was a very crucial turn in the game. You can see he will die to the next turn of Toxic, so I have two plays here. I go and sack my Landorus. Landorus really doesn't have the best matchup now. Now I'm looking at it throughout the rest of this game. It is defensive Landorus. He got a couple things Toxic. The rocks are up, so Landorus kind of did the job. And at this point in the game, I should have either went into Landorus, sacked that off, he would have got health back, I come back to my Kangaskhan and protect again. Or I stay in with my Mega Kangaskhan, leave my Landorus as a sack for later, and try to go for the double protect. So that is what I'm deciding to do. I'm going to go for the double protect right here. As you can see, I am lucky enough to get it right here. So I got pretty lucky right there getting the double protect off, but I felt like it was probably my best play in the end. As Chestnut is going to go down, which is very, very fortunate for me. My Talonflame did die in the process, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, Celesteela is going to come in, and I realize he could be offensive, set up my Atomizer right away. I'm just going to go my Jarvis Laundry right here, which he actually just goes for the Energy Ball right away, so good play on his part, I guess, predicting this to come in, and that was also, I guess, another misplay on my part. Just for the sure factor that this Rotom can do a ton to his team, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be faster than me if he's offensive, and it looks like it after that Energy Ball damage. So something I need to be, or he could be faster than me right here because I'm not running enough speed for offensive Celesteela, which I probably should have done now I look at it, but I'm going to pull a switch out here. I believe I go into Drapion predicting another Energy Ball. So that's good here. I'm not going to be taking much damage. I need to knock off this thing's item, figure out what that is. He's going to go for the Atomize here, so I guess I could have pain splitted or went for the electric move, but I would have died if he just attacked me. So he's going for the flash cannon here as I go for the knockoff. As luckily I knock off his high up Papa Berry, so if he got that back, that could have been real problematic for me, as he will knock out my Drapion with the flash cannon. So Haxorus is going to come in here. The only reason I went Haxorus was because it's my only play at this point. Landorus cannot knock this thing out where it's at. He would knock me out with the flash cannon since he has the +1 special attack now. The Kangaskhan would die after the rocks. He has a heavily roll in his favor, so that's that. And then Rotom would die to energy ball. So my only play at this point is to go into Haxorus. I think flash cannon is a roll to kill me, but it's like a roll in my favor that I'll live. And then I kill him with the outrage. So obviously, if I kill him with the outrage, live on a little bit, then I'll probably die to life orb, which is exactly what happens. He goes for the flash cannon. I live on 3. And outrage is definitely going to be able to knock him out from there, as I'm just going to go die. But at that point, it puts me in a really rough spot. Because Haxorus does go down, like I was saying. So Haxorus does go down along with the... Celesteela, yeah. So he's going to go into Mew here. The reason that put me in such a rough spot is because Haxorus did have the potential to put in a ton of work against these 3 mons in the back. As if I kept it healthy, it could have set up a Dragon Dance against the Mew or even the Umbreon, which would have been really, really nice. But as you're going to see, his Mew actually shows the light screen, and I'm thinking in the back probably has Reflect as well, so maybe I couldn't have set up on the Mew as best I thought, so that's going to be that. He goes into the Sigilyph, which is definitely going to turn out to be a problem. As I'm going to go into Landorus right here, go for the Smackdown. It's my strongest thing to hit this with. I figure he's just going to go for the Cosmic Power right here, so he is going to do that. My Smackdown is going to do a solid amount, not a bad amount, so he is Smackdown right there, which is nice. And my toxic damage is going to wear on me very fast. He's going for the Calm Mind right here. And I click the Earthquake, put him very, very low. And I'm actually going to live one more toxic turn right here. So right here is pretty interesting turn, as he's going for the Stored Power. So it kind of makes me think that he doesn't have Roost on this set. So that really could help me out here at the end. As I'm going to go into Rotom, and my only play is to click Thunderbolt. It is a roll to kill. It is another roll, once again, another roll to kill right here if I click Thunderbolt. I believe, unless all the special defense boosts, I might not have calculated those into effect, but he's going to click the Roost as he does show it there, which is unfortunate. So my Thunderbolt, obviously after the Roost, is not going to be doing much, and he still is Smackdown, so that's going to be that, as Rotom is getting very low. I'm going to click the light screen here. I guess I expect him to set up again, so nothing I really could have done at that point, as Rotom is going to go down to the Sigilyph itself, the Sigilyph itself. And all that we have left is the Mega Kang. Very, very low at this point. We have the light screen at least to allow us to live this, and we're going to click Wish right here. As I guess Protect was the obvious play, so we could set up another Calm Mind, but I pretty much had to click it at that point. As he's going to set up another Calm Mind. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be game. The toxic damage is going to wear on me too much, and he's set up too much at this point, so he's going to get crit there to put the salt in the wound. But anyways, that is going to be game. Great game to mpknife. He definitely deserved that one, and good luck to you in the finals, dude. Got a very nice squad there. So yeah, the thing I can take away from this game is that I let my Drapion go down, and that ultimately led his Sigilyph set up in my team's face. So if I would have sacked my Landorus against the Celesteela and then went into my Haxorus afterwards, I don't think that would have worked though, because he would have got another boost with his Celesteela, and he could have just won from that point on. So yeah, it would have worked actually, because I kept my Drapion alive, so he wouldn't have got the first kill anyways. I would have sacked my Landorus. He would have got the boost from Landorus. Haxorus still lives. I click Outrage. Haxorus goes down. But instead of having my Landorus, I have my Drapion, which can take on the Sigilyph a lot better, and the Mew. So that's nice, and I can't get toxic. So you never know. You never know how that would have worked out towards the end. But I definitely made a couple misplays, which cost me towards the end. But that doesn't take anything away from Knife. He played excellent this whole game. And yeah, like I said, good luck to him in the finals. But anyways, guys, we're going to be returning for UPC Season 2. That will be, I don't know when the season will be starting back up exactly, but that'll be exciting. It's going to have a few new things about the league to make it very interesting. So I'm excited for that, and hopefully you guys are too. Anyways, that's going to be the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if new. I really, really would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for checking me out. And